Alright, let's look at the homework 6.3, 6.4, problem number 3. Right, so we want to find the upper bounds for the errors caused by Trapezoid rule and the Simpsons rule. Right, so let's do that. Alright, so we need to identify what we need. So we know that here we know that A is equal to 0 and B is equal to 1, right? Then we have this function, so this function is just f of x, right? So it looks like we need to find the second derivative and also the fourth derivative. So we need to find that. So first derivative, f prime of x is equal to, right, so it's going to be derivative of that is e to the 3x squared, and multiplied by the derivative of that will be 6x, right? Then we take another derivative, so second derivative of that would be, right, for this one we need to use the product rule. So here's the first guy, here's the second guy. Alright, derivative of the first guy is 6 times the second guy, e to the 3x squared, plus first guy is 6x times derivative of the second guy is e to the 3x squared times 6x. Right, so that's going to be, alright, so I'm going to put 6 here. And I'm going to pull out e to the 3x squared, right? Then what's left is 6 from the first term, so 6x times 6x is 36x squared from the second term, alright? Then we're going to have to take another two more derivatives, so derivative, so f triple prime of x is equal to, alright, another product rule. So this is our first guy, this is our second guy. Alright, so let's do that. Derivative of the first, derivative of 6 is 0, derivative of 36x squared would be 72x. So you have e to the 3x squared plus, leave this guy alone, so you have a 6 plus 36x squared, and a derivative of it, e to the 3x squared would be e to the 3x squared times 6x. Right, so we have that, and this is going to be, alright, so I'm going to pull out e to the 3x squared again. Alright, e to the 3x squared. Alright, so from here you have 72x. Right, from here actually 6x times 6 is plus 36x. Right, plus, alright, 36x squared times the 6x would be x times x squared would be x cubed. Alright, 6 times 6 is 36. Alright, 3 times 6 is 18, so 216 x cubed. Alright, then we have to take another derivative, so we take the fourth derivative, so this is the last one. Alright, so let's do that. It's just a little tedious. Alright, take the derivative of the first guy again, product rule. Alright, so this guy and the second guy. Alright, so derivative of the first guy would be, or actually I should have combined those two guys together. Alright, so if you add these guys together, it's 108x. Alright, so if you take the derivative of that, you're going to get 108 plus, alright, put 3 in front, so it's 6 times 3 is 18, and 3 times 1 is 3, so it's 4, and that's 3 times 2 is 6, x squared. Alright, then times e to the 3x squared plus. Alright, so you have a 108x plus 216 x cubed. Alright, then you have e to the 3x squared times 6x. Alright, so let's clean that up. Alright, we're going to take e to the 3x squared out. So I took care of that. So I'm going to just circle these so that I'm not going to miss anything. Alright, so from first term you have a 108 and plus 648 x squared. Right, and from the second term you're going to have, let's say 6x times 108x would be, so x times x is x squared, and 6 times 8 is 48, right, and the 6 times 1 is 6 there, right, and the 6x times that, let's say x times x cubed is x to the 4th. Alright, so 6 times 6 is 36. Alright, 6 times 1, so it's a 9. Alright, 6 times 2 is 1296 x to the 4th. Alright, so that's the fourth derivative. And actually, I can combine those guys together. So I'm going to get 108 plus. Alright, so this is going to be, let's see, so combine those guys together. So actually, it's a 648 and a 648, so it's 8 plus 8 is 6, and 4 plus 4, 16, and 4 plus 4 is 8, so it's a 9, 6 plus 6 is 12, right, and x squared, and the same thing, 1296 x to the 4th, e to the 3x squared. Alright, so let's do part A for trapezoid rule. Alright, so part A, so we just have to compute that expression there. So the error bound is going to be, alright, b minus a, so 1 minus 0 raise it to the 3rd power, right, and you have a 12 times n in this case is 4 right there, so 4 squared, and then we want to find the maximum of second derivative. Right, so let's look at the second derivative right here. Alright, this guy. Alright, so between 0 and x equals 0 and 1, we want to make this guy as big as possible. Looks like this is an increasing function, so we want to plug in 1. Alright, so if you plug in 1 here, you have 6 times 36, 6 plus 36 times 1, so it's going to be 42. So it's going to be, oops, I'm going to use blue here, 42 times e cubed, e to the, because x is going to be 1, so times e cubed. Right, so that will probably be the value. So let's compute this value using GeoGebra. Alright, so we want to find, let's see, 42 e cubed, so e exponent e to the cube, and we want to divide by 12 times 4 squared. Right, so is that right? Because 1 cubed is just going to be 1. Let me double check. Alright, so 12 times 4 squared. Alright, so this is going to be the value. Alright, we want to know the 4 decimal places, so I have to change the rounding to 4 decimal places. right? So we got 4.3937. So this is about 4.3937, right? So let's double check. All right, we got that right. 3937. All right, so that's that. All right, and for the Simpsons rule, we just do the similar thing here. So the error bound is going to be, right, B is 1, A is 0, and raise it to the fifth. It's going to be 1 anyway. And then you have a 180. Then you have N is 4, raise it to the fourth power, right? Then we want to find the maximum of the fourth derivative here, right? So in this case, you can see that it's going to be, again, this is an increasing function, so between x equals 0 and x equals 1, I would plug in 1. So if you plug in 1 here, so you're going to have 108 plus 1296 and another 1296. Then you have e cubed, right? So let's compute that, right? So another GeoGebra, right? So we have, let's see, I'm going to just do the addition first. The 108 plus 1296 plus 296 again. Then you have e to e cubed, right? Then we have to divide by 180 times 4 to the fourth power, right? Then hit enter. Right, so it came out to be 1.1769. So this came out to be 1.1769. Right, so let's type these guys in and see what happens. Alright, so the value we got for the trapezoid rule was 4.3937, and for the Simpsons rule is 1.1769. Alright, so let's go down and submit for testing. Alright, it came back and looks like we got this one correctly. Alright, that's it. I hope that this was clear.